Today, I'm going to talk about building self-confidence. We all experience times where we're feeling down or we're feeling a little bit timid in our personal or professional life. But even if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's always things you can do to improve your self-confidence. One immediate thing that you can do right this minute is stop comparing yourself to others and stop consuming social media that makes you compare yourself to others. We all know that we put our very best selves out there. We show our best vacation, our new car, a dinner party with friends on social media. We don't show the stuff that's less glamorous, and we all know it, although we still go back to these platforms and see what everybody else is doing. Study after study after study has shown that this is just corrosive to your well-being and specifically your confidence. And my advice is just to turn it all off. Instead of social media, go out there and find books and media and resources that can inspire your confidence. There is literally access to things that have never been out there before. Books are a great way. One of my go-tos that's been on my shelf for many, many years, just by coincidence, it fell off a shelf at a bookstore I was at many years ago, is this little book by James Allen. And it's an interesting, As a Man Thinketh. It's an old book. It was written early in the 20th century, but it's a go-to because it has inspiring little passages. It's a place to go because it takes me away from all the media and things out there, and I can center my mind and really focus in on my own thoughts. And I've gone back to it again and again over the years, and it's really helped me reframe my thinking. And when I get off track, it's a go-to for me. Many of you heard this before, but starting with a small habit to build consistency, such as making your bed every single day, really can build your confidence. Over time, you'll start your day with a little win every single day, and it adds up. These little confidence builders will add over time. It's not a bad way to start your day. Another thing that I do consistently is straighten up my desk at the end of the day. I make sure all my papers are lined up and my to-do for the next day is there and all the clutter is straightened up. This way I've kind of bookended my day in a lot of ways. I start out with making my bed and I close my workday with making sure that I'm all straightened up for the next day. This has a way of bookending the day that just makes me feel like I'm organized for the next day. Try it, it really works. Next, write down where you want to be. Use a journal that clearly crystallize your thoughts on where you want to be. When you start to feel those thoughts of negativity slip in, to grab your journal, pull it out, open it up, and remind yourself about the goals and the things that you want to accomplish. This has an effect of moving your mindset where you want to be rather than wallowing in negativity and self-doubt. Take ownership of your problems. Be very careful about the way you frame problems in your life. If you frame them as out of your control, you are actually reinforcing the idea that the problems are somebody else's issues or even insurmountable. One of the greatest ways to liberate yourself and boost confidence is to swallow the bitter pill of responsibility. Realize that you do have the ability to respond differently to the world. By responding differently to the world, you'll actually begin to start having different outcomes. And it all starts with taking complete responsibility for your issues. Also, develop a laboratory of positivity. You can do this through finding written materials such as books and passages that inspire you, poems or quotes that are directed towards being positive, and journaling exercises where you've written down your most positive things that happened during the day or during your life and re-review them. This is a way to back out of negative situations. Go to your positivity laboratory and immerse yourself in your past accomplishments and those positive times where your life was really going well and you had high confidence. Do this daily or multiple times a day if necessary, and especially if you detect that you're starting to wallow in self-pity or doubt. Fake it till you make it. This means actually going out and doing those things even though you know that they're going to make you nervous or you don't feel very confident about them. It's not easy, and it takes a lot of practice to push yourself out there. You have to get into the habit of just going out and doing it, even if you don't want to. It's kind of like making your bed. I can tell you probably 50% of the time I don't want to do it, but you get up and do it anyway, and it becomes a habit. And you can just start with going out and doing something small if you have social anxiety, and saying good morning to a few random strangers while you're walking your dog. It's just a place to start. As you practice, you'll gain confidence. Another easy way that feels good and can have a great impact on your daily confidence is just start dressing the part that you want to be. For me, this means wearing more formal and nicer clothes and looking the part of a leader that I want to be. It's amazing how wearing newly polished shoes can have such a big impact on your day. Just dress the part and you'll feel better. Visualizing is really important. As I've mentioned this before, taking a picture of your goal, where you want to be, or a building that you want to work in, it can be very helpful in telling your mind where you want to go. This can be just a job title that you want. It can be, like I said, the building that you may want to work in. It could be a uniform you may want to wear in the future. It doesn't really matter, but it's good to have a visual representation so you can immerse yourself and immerse your mind in keeping it thinking about your goals. If you want to run a marathon, a picture torn out of a magazine of people crossing the finish line could work. This will boost your confidence. Psychological study, one after another, has shown that visualization and immersing yourself in the process of just thinking about these goals could boost your strength and your confidence, and even ultimately your performance. One fear that a lot of people have and struggle with self-confidence around is public speaking. One thing I like to tell people about public speaking is that no one knows in the audience what your script is. They have no idea what you're going to talk about until it starts coming out of your mouth. So just remember that when you're interacting with the world. Nobody knows the script that you have in your mind or what you want to say. How can they know whether it's good enough or not compared to what you plan to do? So just know your script, go out there and say it. And just like anything else, when you practice your script again and again, you're going to get better as you use it. So there you have it. This is not an exhaustive or extensive list of all the things you can do to boost your confidence, but the main takeaway is to focus on small, daily, deliberate habits that can help you dig out of your negativity and start to slowly push you towards being a more confident person. It is possible. So go out there and practice and go out there and do it, and guaranteed you'll start to have more confidence in your life. Thank you so much for listening today.